Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Hashim, and in this video, we are exploring one of the most comprehensive financial management templates on Notion, the Notion Finance OS. This is your go-to tool for keeping your money organized, whether it's managing your accounts, budgeting, tracking expenses, or setting financial goals. You can get this template from the link in the description, and with that out of the way, let's get started. So this is the main dashboard of the Finance OS. So the first thing that you'll see once you get this template is there will be a setup page. So if we go through the setup page, you will have like changing the currency, so you can go ahead and change the currencies. So basically the main template is in US dollars, but you can go ahead and change the currencies. You can update the accounts, you can manage all your budget, expense sources, and you can actually go ahead and set up the template from the setup page. And there will also be a full video guided tutorial to help you progress through the setup easily and efficiently. So on the main dashboard, so this is the main homepage of Finance OS. So the first thing that you'll notice on the left side, we have a navigation area, which is synced across all of the pages. So you'll notice this red line here. This means that this is synced across all of the pages. Then you have like minimal chart views of the total expenses. So this shows the total expenses view according to each expense source. And then we have the current month expenses. So these are all of the current month expenses according to the expenses sources as well. Then you have a line chart showing you the expenses sources by month. So we are currently in October. So you can see the expenses for October are around $2,000, and it represents that correct information here. And you can visually see the progress of your expenses over the months. And similarly, on the right side, we have the income chart. So this represents the total incomes by the income sources that we have. Then this shows the current month income by the income sources. And this shows our monthly progress of our income that we are getting in according to each of the month here. Underneath that, we have on the left side the quick action button, so you can quickly input information into this template by using one of these buttons right here. Then we have the budget tracking and the sources categories. So here you will see a budget splitting category. So this is basically based on the 50, 30, and 20 budgeting rule. So this means that 50% of your income goes to your needs, 30% goes to your wants, and 20% is saved for investment, right? So, but basically what I did here, I actually changed the concept here a bit, and I renamed the categories as personal, business, savings, and investment. So this just gives a little bit more room to play with, right? So here are the budget categories. So every month your income will come. So in this month you can see our income is $9,000, right? So every month that your income is split into these particular budget categories according to the budget split that you have here. So what you need to do is you need to add the budget split for each category. And all of the budget splitting percentage should add up to 100%, right? So if we go ahead and change this to 30%, let's say, then we have to like add maybe 30% here so that the sum of all of these categories remains 100%. So this is what you need to take care of. Then you have the income split. So every month your income will automatically be split into your monthly income will automatically be split into these budgeting categories according to the percentage that you have set. Then you will see the current month spending. So you can see the personal. So in this month we are supposed to spend around $3,600 for our personal according to our income for our personal category, and we have spent around $2,000 in this current month, and the status that is left is $1,600, and our budget progress is 56%. Now these budgeting categories are connected to expense and income sources. Now expense and income sources are basically sources that categorize your expenses and incomes, right? So once you create an income, you can connect that income to a particular source. So here we have two sources here, business and salary. You can add the monthly goal for your income sources, and you have monthly budget for your expense sources. So these are separate from the budgeting split on the budgeting tracker, and the expense sources have each expense sources has their own individual budget as well that will automatically update every month, and you do not need to do anything else. So as you can see, we have like a business expense source that has a monthly budget of $1,000. The current month spending is 0. That's why it's showing 0% budget progress. For shopping, as you can see, the monthly budget is $500, and in this month we have spent around $700 for shopping, and obviously the budget is exceeded. And this budget status tells you in real time your progress, and if it is exceeded, it will tell you it's exceeded, and if there are, it will also tell you the amount remaining as well for each expense sources. For the income sources, we have monthly goal instead of monthly budget, and this works in a similar way. So the current month goal Yeah, so the monthly goal for business income source is $5,000, and in the current month we have achieved around $6,000, and so our goal is achieved for the current month, and that's pretty much it for the expense and income sources. Now, if you have noticed that each of the individual expense sources are connected to the budget categories. So shopping, education, transport, subscription, and bills and health are connected to the personal budget category. So what this does, this takes into account the monthly income split, and the current month expense is then calculated from the current month expense in the expense sources here. So these are connected to the personal category, and so this will input the amount here, and it will automatically update the budget progress here as well. Then you have the income category here, so income by past week and by today. So you can easily come here and log your incomes. Then we have expense by today and by past week. Then we have the transfer, so you can transfer money from one account to another. So on the left side, you can see all of the accounts, bank accounts. You can add as many accounts as you need. Simply use this database here to transfer money from one account to another, and that's pretty much it. Above there, you will see a monthly report section. So this will automatically update every month, and it will tell you how much income that you have in this current month, how much expenses. The expenses are organized by sources, and the incomes as well are organized by sources. And it will also tell you a balance overview, and you will also see the comparison compared to the last month. So this is the balance comparison compared to the previous month that you logged your income and expenses for. And then you have underneath that, you have recurring bills and subscription tracker. So this is an automated subscription and bills tracker. So this takes into account any recurring payments that you have. So the recurring payments mainly fall into two categories, which are subscriptions and the utility bills that you have, like electricity bill, water bill, and so on. And you can add like the monthly recurring date, you can add the cost, and it will automatically tell you when it is due, if it is overdue, and so on and so forth. So this is a very simplified version and very automated version of the subscription tracker, and you don't need to update any formulas. Every month you just have to click this pay now button, and it will automatically update and reschedule it to the next month and update the next due date as well. So you don't have to do anything for that as well. Then on the left side, you have your goals and wish list items. So here you can add your goals that you need to save money for. You can transfer money from your accounts to these goals, and you can see the progress bar automatically update. Then you have underneath, you have the calendar. So as I previously mentioned, the recurring bills and subscriptions. So you can see the recurring payment dates. So you will notice that our electricity bill will be due on the 27th of this month. So we are currently at 20. Then we can also see our incomes categorized by month. So today we had these two incomes here. You can also see your expenses categorized by month as well. So today we had this particular expense, and so on. On the left side here, you have a minimal view of your debt tracking system. So you can add your total debt, you can add the interest rate, and then you can see how much amount is left in that particular debt from here. Then underneath that, you have your investment account. So you can see your investment portfolios here. So you can have as many investment accounts as you want. You can add the total invested amount, the current value, and it will automatically tell you the percentage change if you are gaining money or if you're losing money in that particular investment. It will tell you that as well by this percentage change property here. So that's pretty much all for our main dashboard. So now let's go deeper into the template, and let me show you how the template actually works. So first thing, let's go to our accounts. So in the accounts, you can add as many accounts as you need. You can see the balance of the accounts, which is calculated based upon the incomes and expenses. If you open a certain account, you will see all of the recent incomes, all of the monthly incomes categorized by month. You can hide these by using these toggles. You can see the expenses, and you can also see the transfers for that particular, in which the particular account is involved, right? So this is a quick view of how to actually see the expenses and the incomes according to a bank account. You can see that we have the balance that represents the balance of the account, obviously. So the incomes minus the expenses shows us the balance of the account, and you can also switch the views into detail and see the income sum, expense sum, transfer out, and so on and so forth. Now let's go back to the main dashboard. Next step is let's go ahead and add an income. So let me quickly remove the previously entered income, and let's just make this particular category 0 so that you know what we are working with. So just a moment. So I just went ahead and deleted all of the transactions that occurred in the current month. So now you can see the incomes, expenses, and balance are 0. And you can also see the charts are 0 as well. So we'll just start fresh for this particular month. So let's go ahead and add a new income for this particular month. So clicking here, we'll add a new income. Let's say this is a business income. Add the amount of the income, just a moment. Add the amount of the income, let's say $5,000. Select the account that it is debited to, let's say our PayPal account, for example, and the source is obviously business. So this is connected to the income sources right here. And let's quickly go ahead and add another income here, which will be our salary payment. Let's add the amount, let's say $10,000. Select the account, which will be our bank account, and the source obviously will be salary. So now if you notice that the income sources, the goal automatically is set to achieve, because the current month income for business is $5,000 and the current month income for salary source is $10,000, and obviously we have achieved our goal. Our goal was $3,000 here. So if we just go ahead and reset our goal here, let's say $15,000, so you'll notice that the remaining status tells you that $5,000 are remaining to achieve this particular goal. So let's just simply go ahead and make it 9,000, and now our goal is achieved. So this is how you easily add incomes. You'll also notice that the income sources, the income amount and the income sources automatically fills up inside the monthly report here. So now let's go into the expense sources and budget splitting categories. So as we have added our income, you'll notice that our total income for the current month is $15,000. Here you can see the current month income is $15,000. So what happens is all of this income is now split according to the percentage that we have set for each respective category here inside the budget splitting tracker. So you'll notice that our total income is $15,000, and according to this 40% budget split for personal category, we have around $6,000 to spend in our personal category. We have around $4,500 to spend in our business category, according to this 30% budget split percentage that we have previously set. And we have around $3,000 to save, and we have around $1,500 to for our investment accounts. So now, once we create an expense, it will automatically add it here, and the budget progress will automatically update. So let's go into our expense sources. Create an expense here inside Today View. Let's say we create a groceries expense. Let's add the amount, let's say $900 for the sake of this video. Select the account that you're paying this from. We are paying it from bank account. So you can see the balance of the bank account in real time right here. Select the source. The source is obviously shopping here. And you'll notice that the monthly report automatically shows us that for our shopping source, we have spent around $900. And here as well, you can see the monthly budget for our shopping source was $500, and we have spent $900. So obviously our budget is exceeded. And this particular current month expense now is added to our personal category, which this shopping expense source is connected to. So let's go into the personal category. You'll notice that we have spent around $900 for this particular category, and our budget progress is 15%. Now let's add another expense. So let's say this is $1,000, and let's say this is from our bank account, and this is for education. Now you'll notice if you go into our expense sources, the education limited reach, the monthly budget is $1,000, and in this month we have spent $1,000. And because this education source is connected to the personal budget splitting category, so we'll go into the personal. Now you will see that we have spent the total current month expenditure is $1,900, which is taken from both of these categories and added to our personal, both of these sources and added to our personal category right here, and our budget progress automatically updates. Now, if I go ahead and make it more here, so let me just, for the sake of this video, let's make it 6,000. So now you can see that the budget progress is 115% for the budget split category. So according to our income, we were supposed to spend only $6,000 for our personal expense sources, for our personal categories, but we have spent around $6,900, and we are $900 over budget, and so that's why the budget progress is showing a greater percentage than 100%. In the expense sources here as well, you'll notice for education, we were supposed to spend around $1,000 as for our monthly budget, but we have spent around $6,000, and obviously our budget is exceeded, and our progress is 600% for the education source only, and for our entire personal category, our budget progress is 115%. So let's just go back, and so now you can see it's back to normal. So this is how you can easily manage and organize your finances according to your budgets. So each expense sources have their own budget, and the expense sources are connected to the budget splitting category here. So now if you notice, the business expense source is connected to our business category. So if let's go ahead and make a business expense here. And let's add the amount here. Let's say $3,000. Select the bank account. The source is business. And now you'll notice the business progress is automatically updated as well, and the expense sources for business is budget exceeded because the monthly budget that we set for the business expenses is $1,000. And according to our income, we are supposed to spend $4,500 in this month for the business, and our budget progress is 67% accordingly. So this is how you can easily manage your incomes and expenses according to the 50, 30, and 20 budget splitting rule. But there are some things that are not necessarily expense-based. So the savings and investments are not expense-based categories, right? So you are supposed to save $3,000 in this particular month, and you are supposed to invest around $1,500 according to your income of $15,000 in this particular month. So how to actually go ahead and save it. So for savings category here, what we have here, if we scroll down into our accounts section, you'll notice that we have a little account called savings. So please do not delete this account, because we will be adding savings into this account based on the savings principle here, the savings category here. So let's quickly transfer money from one of our account to our savings account. So according to our income and this 20% budget split that we have previously entered, we are supposed to save $3,000. So let's go ahead and transfer money from an account. If we open this, let's transfer it from, let's transfer $3,000. Select the month as well. We are in October. We are transferring from our bank account to our savings account here. And that's pretty much it. You'll see a nice summary here as well. From bank account, we transferred $3,000 to our savings account. And if we scroll back up, you will see the savings account, we are $0 over budget, and we have saved the entire 100% of the saving amount that we should have saved, right, in this month according to our income. So we have saved that, and our budget progress for the savings, basically it's not a budget progress, but we have saved around 100% for our savings category here, and the current month saving goal is achieved right here. Now, for the investment, as I previously told you, you'll have multiple investment accounts. So similar to the goals, similar to the savings transfer, we'll just quickly create a new transfer here. We'll transfer as an investment. We are supposed to transfer how much? We are supposed to invest $1,500. So we'll just quickly add $1,500 here. Select the month. We are currently in October. This checkbox here tells us that we are in October. Transfer from bank account to any investment account. So you'll notice that we have a tag here. So let's go ahead and invest in our stocks and shares. And that's pretty much it. I think we invested $15,000. Yep. So let me just quickly make it 1,500. Then you'll notice we have achieved our goal of investing and saving according to our income for the current month. So this is how the budget tracker works, and this is how the incomes, the expenses, and the transfers work. So the budget, the account balance is updated in real time. So once you transfer money from one account to another, it is deducted from this account and added to the other account which you are transferring from, which you are transferring to, right? So this is updated automatically in real time. So you don't need to worry about that as well. Now, for the goals tracking system, you can go ahead and transfer money to your goals as well. So simply clicking here, transfer to goals amount. Let's say we have $1,000. Let's transfer it from, we are transferring from our PayPal to our goal, which is MacBook Pro right here. So you will notice that 67% progress is completed, and the amount is automatically deducted from our PayPal account and added to our goals category right here. So this is how you can easily manage your goals, manage your investments, and manage your transfers, expenses, incomes, and your budget categories. You'll notice the monthly report is automatically updated in real time and telling you the expenses that you have according to the expenses sources and the income that you have according to your income sources. So this will automatically update once you continue to log in information in this particular databases right here. Now let's move over to our recurring bills and subscription trackers. So this is a super automated process here. So you will see that we have some recurring bills here. You will see the last payment date, the next payment date, and so on. There is a status bar here that shows us that it is due, that it is paid for the current month. So the last payment was in October 19, and the next payment is due on November 18. So this is paid for the current month, and the next payment is in 28 days. So this is also shown on our calendar here. So November for Notion, this is November 18. So once November 18 comes, this will tell you that the payment is overdue. As you can see for Amazon Prime here, you can see the payment is overdue. The last payment was on September 1, and the next due date is on October 1. So we'll just quickly go ahead and pay this particular subscription. Clicking this Pay Now button creates a new payment. You just have to select the account. We are paying from our bank account, and that's pretty much it. The amount here is automatically added to our expenses. So if we scroll back up inside our expense sources, we have subscription and bill tracker. You can see this, we have spent around $19, which was the cost of the Amazon Prime subscription. And it is automatically deducted from our monthly budget of $500, which we have for our subscription and bill categories here. And our progress bar automatically updates as well right here. And we can also see the chart showing the correct information here for our expenses and for our income here. You'll also notice that our subscription and bills category source here in our monthly report appears, and it tells us that we have spent around $19 in our subscription and bills tracking expense source. So this is how you can easily manage your subscription and bills. You can, if you open a particular subscription, you can add like the type, the cost, the state, if it is active, paused, and so on. The next payment date, it tells you. It also tells you the yearly and monthly cost and so on. You can have the start date, and you can see the payment history for this particular subscription as well. Now let's go into the individual pages. So let's go into the categories page. So I already told you that we have budget overview. So this is 50, 20, and 30 budgeting overview. It basically is the same database as shown outside. You have our expense sources. So this is a gallery view of the expense sources. We have a detailed view of the expense sources here. Then we have the income sources, the detailed view of the income sources here. And we have our total expenditure for the entire usage of this template. So this is not for the current month only. So this is the total expense. And we have the total income here as well. Now let's go into the transaction. So here you can see our incomes and our expenses chart. So you can see for the current month in October, we have $15,000 as income. You can see the progress of your incomes based on the months. And you can also see the line chart of your expenses based on the months as well. In the incomes, you can see your recent incomes, your monthly incomes, your yearly incomes, and for the expenses as well, you can see your recent monthly and yearly expenses here. You can see your transfer, you can see the history of your transfer and your recent transfers right from here. You can quickly add new income, new expenses, new transfer by using these quick action buttons right here. Now let's go into subscription tracker. So here you will see all of your subscriptions that are active. Then if a subscription is paused, it will show up in this pause menu, and if it's cancelled, it will show up in this cancelled view right here. Then you have a detailed view of the subscription here. You can see the cost, the frequency, the start date of the subscription. So this is the date that the subscription is charged from you every month. So this doesn't necessarily need to be the start date. So this is just the date that the subscription is charged from you each month, so that the next payment date is automatically added to the next month of that day. So it is automatically updated every month. You just have to add the start date here. And the monthly cost and the yearly costs are automatically calculated. You can see how much you spend on a yearly basis on your subscription, and on a monthly basis on your subscription right here. You have your calendar for your recurring subscription. You can see next Netflix subscription is due on 28th this month, and so on. Now let's go into the recurring bills tracker page. Here you can see this is similar to the subscriptions page. You can see your active, paused, and cancelled recurring bills. You can see the detailed view of the recurring bills. You can see the monthly cost that you have for the recurring bills and the yearly cost that you are paying for the bills. And you also have a recurring calendar view that you can see when the next payment due is for each of the particular bills. Now let's go into our investment tracker. So the investment tracker, as I mentioned before, you can add as many investment accounts as you need. You can simply transfer money to add investment. You can transfer money from any account that you have to that particular investment account, and it automatically will add it into the total invested value. And you can, on a regular basis, maybe monthly or weekly basis, you can come here and update the value, the current value of the investment. So most likely you will be using third-party service provider or a third-party platform to manage your investments, right? So what you can do, you can easily check the current value from that particular platform and then update it inside of Notion, and it will automatically tell you the percentage changed according to that. And here you have a chart showing you the current value of your investment. So if you just go ahead and change this to 5,000, let's say, you'll notice that the chart automatically updates and tells you your current value or your current net worth in the investment accounts. Now let's go into our goals tracking system. So as I previously showed you, you can easily manage your goals here. You can add as many goals as you want. You can transfer money from any bank account to your goals, and it will automatically update the progress bar right here. Then you have the debt tracking system. So here you can add your debts. You can add the total debt that you have. You can add the interest rate, and you can also see the amount that is left for that particular debt, and that's pretty much it for the debt. You can make debt payments and it will automatically add it into the progress. For example, let's go ahead and add a debt payment. Let's say account from our bank account. The amount, let's say we pay around $5,000 for our student loan. Source is for education, and that's pretty much it, I think. Yep. And we'll just add it as a debt tracking here. We'll just add student loan here. And that's pretty much it. Now you'll notice that we have added it into our, the progress bar automatically shows the information. So we have paid around $5,000 for our student loan debt. debt, and it automatically shows the progress that we have. And here you see the total debt overview, so you can add as many debt accounts here as you want, and it will tell you, this particular view here will tell you the total debt that you have with interest, and the amount that you have paid, and the amount that is left to pay. So that's how you actually go ahead and pay the debts. Let's go into the reports. So here you can see a line chart for your balance. So this will automatically tell you the balance for each of the month. So you can see for October we have $5,000, September 3, and this will tell you your like balance trajectory over time or months. You can see your yearly reports, right? And you can also see your monthly reports. On the left side you have the current year report and the current month report. If you open a particular report, what you can see is you can see all of the incomes in that particular month, all of the expenses in that particular month, and all of the transfers in that particular month. And here on the main page you'll also see a little summary of the incomes, expenses, and the balance. You can also see the past month comparison with those months, with the previous months as well. That is pretty much it for the Finance OS. I made a lot of little changes and perfected this template over a period of time, so I hope you guys like it. And if you have any questions, you can comment down on this video and I will be glad to answer them. If you want to get this template, you can surely get it from the link in the description box below. And I hope you guys like it, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.